Hey everybody, today I'm going to talk with you all about setting poker goals that are effective and will help keep you motivated. I'm also going to review a conversation I had with poker vlogger extraordinaire Jaman Burton about his experience with goal setting. First, why do goals even matter? 1, motivation, and 2, tracking progress. A solid goal will help you stay motivated through the rough patches of poker and life. And if you find yourself losing motivation during a downswing, you'll probably want to evaluate your goals. More on this in a future video. Finally, having a realistic and measurable goal will help you track your progress. This can be really important for improving your confidence, moving up in stakes, or even getting staked. For those of you who are new to poker and don't know what getting staked means, it basically means having a financial backer who gives you wads of money so you can play poker. Yay! Now, there are different ways to set goals. Through my work as a therapist, I've had goal setting hammered into me. So I'm going to share my goal setting strategy with you and explain why it works. We want to set goals that are time-based, that are specific and measurable, and that have a bigger why. What's the purpose of this goal? What is it really getting at? If you don't understand your own why, you are probably setting yourself up for failure. To better understand, let's get into a case example with No Limit Hold'em player Jaman Burton.
Yes, but as far as setting like smaller goals, like studying goals, those were easier for me to set. Like saying, I'm going to listen to one Crush Live Poker podcast every 3 days. Um, I am going to do a Jonathan Little workshop or worksheet tonight or once a week or twice a week and make sure I understand why the answers are the answers. So like even now, like when I do cardio and I'm on the treadmill, I base the length that I'm working out on how long the Solve for Why podcast is.
Oh, that's funny.
Because I'm listening to Solve for Why podcast. So if Berkey and Soto go on and on and on, then I'm going to be running forever and ever and ever. Yeah, that's kind of like where I merge the two. I'm going to work out and I'm going to, ingest poker.
Yeah.
At the same time.
I mean, when you're so busy and you're also taking care of your daughter and you're working full time, it makes sense that you're gonna need to try to squeeze things in as much as possible.
Yes. So currently, this has always been my overarching goal, almost like my life goal, is to put myself in spots where I don't feel comfortable at all. Not even a little comfortable. Like I almost take it too far. To where I take myself completely out of my comfort zone to where there's like no firm foothold at all. Like sometimes I'm like dangling off the mountain, like hanging by a sapling. Do you know what I mean? Like I have no clue. Like, and that's just, that's just what I do. So like even with the vlog thing, like I had the same trepidations that everybody else has, like walking around, talking to a camera. It's weird. It feels weird. You think people are talking about you. You think, I mean, it's just a weird thing. And I'm still to this day, I'm not a selfie guy. I can't take selfies to save my life. So the idea of walking around taking video is just insanity. But I wanted to do it. Like I wanted to try it, like going on. So even 2-3 years into this thing, going on a podcast with somebody like Joey Ingram I was very anxious about that.
You don't come across as anxious, just FYI.
Really? Yeah, I was super anxious about that and talking about the Apostle thing with, I mean, because he has like thousands of people that are going to be watching. Like I was once it started, I was fine, but going into it, I was very anxious.
Well, do you think, I mean, this is like a little bit of a separate question from like the goal stuff, but do you think that you kind of thrive in that space? It sounds like you, it sounds like you like those cliffhanger type of situations.
Even more than that. And I realized at a pretty young age that I am a attention whore. Like, so I like attention. Even though the idea that attention is going to come makes me anxious, when it comes, I like it. If that makes sense. So yeah, once I'm in the moment, I'm fine.
Let's take a second to break down this example Jaman used. Although Jaman's goal wasn't completely time-based, saying that he would complete his goal within 3 months or a year or what have you, he did give himself a clear frequency, using the example of once per week to complete the specific goal of completing a Jonathan Little worksheet to the point of understanding. So that is something very clear and very measurable. He can record whether or not he completed the worksheet and whether or not he understood it well. Finally, Jaman went on to talk about his greater why, what really drove him to poker and what poker means to him. Jaman talked about thriving in an environment where he challenges himself, and he sees poker as another way to get outside his comfort zone and challenge himself to do something and do it well. In my conversation with Jaman, I also noticed that he's setting goals that are relevant to the larger goals he has in poker, including learning poker to a level of mastery. He's also setting goals that are realistic and based around the other obligations he has in his life. Because he has a full-time job and a daughter, it wouldn't be appropriate for him to expect that he would study every day or play hundreds of hours every month. Okay, enough of that. Let's get back to the conversation.
If I didn't have my own personal goals as far as like professional growth, getting better at videography or cinematography or learning Spanish or learning guitar, like if I didn't have those goals, I would probably just be bouncing around to what I saw everyone else doing that looked fun for me to do. Maybe I'd be playing Fortnite like everybody else. Maybe I'd, be cognizant of trying to build up my social media presence. Maybe, I'd just be doing like, oh yeah, maybe I should be doing that right now.
Yeah. So
Which,
there's a way that setting your goals, you're actually identifying your needs and
yes,
following your own path versus
right,
just going in whatever direction the
100%.
trend is telling you to go into.
And I was talking to my buddy Rain Delay about this just yesterday. When I was party guy, when I was downtown Jaman going out, like before my
Downtown
poker days,
Jaman.
right? I would seriously go out. We'd go out to the clubs.
Mm-hmm.
I was never been a big drinker. The clubs would close at like 1, 2 in the morning. I would
Mm-hmm.
change clothes. I would go to the gym. I'd work out at 2 in the morning. I would take a shower. I'd put on different clothes and then go to the after parties.
Oh.
Because like I wanted to hang out, but I had like goals. Like I needed to work out. I needed to, and
Yeah.
that's what I would do. Like I've always been like this. I've always just like my goals trump a lot of other things.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm amazed at your dedication to working out at 2 o'clock in the morning. Woo. A big don't for poker players, particularly when starting out, is setting a goal of winning X amount of money. A goal like this puts the focus on winning and not playing well. You really want to focus your goals on things that will help you become a winning player and help you grow. Having a goal of winning could actually create some pretty negative habits, including staying at the poker table too long, chasing losses, and trying to win your money back just because you're focused on having a winning session. That's not a good idea. Sometimes you just have to cut your losses and get out of there. Wait, hold on. Jaman also has something to say about that.
Is I've never set a goal, a monetary goal. I realize like how futile that is.
Yeah.
In poker. So I've never had a monetary goal until I created the vlog.
Okay.
And then I set goals like, okay, I want to try to win, $30,000, or I'm going to try to win. It wasn't 30, it was $3,000 to buy a new computer and blah, blah, blah. Because I
Uh-huh.
understand that the audience resonates with monetary goals, even
Yeah.
if they do nothing for me.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Like,
it's something concrete for people to hold on to,
yeah,
even though that's actually a really bad way to make poker goals.
yes. And it's incredibly
Yeah.
detrimental because I
Mm-hmm.
would find myself locking up wins
Mm-hmm.
just to get just to have my poker tracker show that I had a winning session,
Yeah.
rather than taking spots and introducing a little bit more variance in my game. I was just locking up wins, playing super tight. Like it just wasn't good for me at all.
Yeah. It's kind of the wrong way to motivate yourself.
Right.
Yeah. Some types of goals to consider include playing a certain number of hours, studying a certain amount, other self-care and personal growth goals, or even something like saving money for a trip. Oh, Andre's calling. Hey, my love.
Hey, I wanted to know if I could go to the circuit event in Cherokee in April.
Can you set aside some money each month?
Yes, I think I can.
Remember to set goals that are meaningful to you. Otherwise, what's the point? I recommend setting anywhere from 2 to 3 goals so you have enough stuff to challenge you, but you're not trying to do so many things that you're overwhelmed. If you set just one goal, it might not be enough to actually push you in the right direction. But if you set like 4 or 5 or 6 goals, maybe you're pushing yourself too much and you're going to overwhelm yourself and then get unmotivated when you're like, I'm not able to achieve any of these goals. So I recommend 2 to 3. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button and let me know what you think about my goal setting tips in the comments down below. I will probably respond. Okay, thanks everybody. Bye. Do you have any goals for 2020 that you would like to share?
I will try not to play in streamed games where people are cheating. That'd be nice.
I'm sorry that you have to make that a specific goal.
And to relearn long division. I gotta relearn long division.
Maybe studying a certain number, playing a certain number of hours, stuttering. In my conversation with Jaman, I know, oh, there's a siren. Dang it. Now it's gone. Now it's back.